Hello viewers and greetings fellow space travelers. This is a chicken. This is not Thorn of Night. This is Thorn of Night. And I have two things that I would like to accomplish with this video. The first and foremost is a very most sincere apology. I have shirked my duty as a YouTuber and I have not been on for a magnitude larger than a year. I think it's going on 2.5 years total. Maybe it's less than that. I haven't checked exactly. It's been a very long time. And a lot of that has to do with me having moved, and the place that I've moved to. There's little boat pig. Hi. You're stuck there forever because you're in a mount. And I can get in that boat, I think. No, I don't think I can. Oh, yep. Hi! I'm sharing a boat with a pig. That is something else. Anyway, on to this. I have, basically where I moved to, I had virtually no internet access. If I wanted to be able to do anything, I had to pack up my computer, take it to someone else's house, and then do my work there. And a lot of the games and also a lot of the software that I was using for many of my projects rely on an internet connection. So I was basically locked into whatever I could manage to do offline until I got internet service at where I moved to. Oh, there's so many eggs coming from this little house. Oh, good, that didn't make it. Oh, there was another egg. The big problem that I ran into, though, is the internet that I had was not sufficient for uploading. And I did try, but it was just horrible. So I had to stop that idea. And a lot of time passed before I was able to get a new internet service, and that still didn't work out. So more time passed, and during this time I could have done something different. This is where the pivotal point of the apology comes, is I could probably have done some offline recording of something. I don't know, something. And whenever I had a chance, I could have transported my computer to someone else's house long enough to upload a video, or maybe two, and maybe get out a video a week. And I should have done that. I should have taken that responsibility and gotten videos, even if they were just some games that aren't even fully up to date. Well, I guess if I transported my computer from time to time, I'd be able to keep my games up to date, but that really never happened all that much. So I most sincerely apologize for not having a steady stream of even just occasional videos. I shirked my duty, and for that I am sincerely sorry. But I do want you to know that I didn't abandon my gaming. With the Minecraft that I had access to offline, I did do a lot of tinkering around with some building ideas. Like, for instance, this is my... we came from where I started, an island way off in the distance, and I went boating. I went boating and boating and boating and boating and found land over this direction. I made a note of where the land was, and that's where I made the little underground subway come to, which you may have noticed wasn't a finished subway. It was just a hole dug in the ground to allow for track. It wasn't anything fancy. I could have decorated it, but it serves its purpose. I also did some mining down there. But anyway, I came over to this spot and did a little bit of surveying and found some interesting land features, and I decided to build something based around them. And a lot of that has not been finished because project after project just kept stacking up on top of each other, and it made the overall progress okay, but the project specific progress kind of had this build up, build up, build up, peter off while I do something else, and then that something else build up, build up, build up, and then peter off while I do something else. So I just wanted to show you one of my little ideas that I have here. This is an entrance to an underground city, but it's an underground above ground city. What I mean by that is this spike here, there are 4 of them at cardinal locations, and let's see if I can get straight ahead all the way up in the distance. You can see it here. Let me make it larger by putting it up in the top left of the screen. You can see another spike over there, and let me come over to this side. Hopefully you'll be able to see the other one just as well. But this design that I wanted to work on here was, yeah, there you go, you can see it also in the top left, another one of these structures. Imagine a very large circle coming in like this, all and encompassing all 4, including the one that you can't see off in the distance over there, diametrically opposed from this one. And inside this circle was to be an above ground city. I was going to terraform in here, make everything nice and uniform, and have interesting little buildings. And these spires were supposed to just be skeleton structures that were going to be encased with lapis blocks, purple wool, gold blocks, and some other baubles and doodads, and it was supposed to look like a giant crown, and this was going to be the capital city, and inside the capital city was going to be some tall and extravagant buildings and all that kind of stuff, and then underground was going to be a whole other city, which I got 1 tier of this one done, and I started on another project, of course. But I did get most of the work done. I didn't fill in all the rooms. This is just a basic room. And the concept here, well, as you can see, it goes to this little tiny bitty doorway, and then it opens up again into this underground city. And these central areas of darkness were going to be these towers of lava that illuminated the whole area, but safely away from this walkway. And this is supposed to be, I think, 4 tiers down is what I did the math. Oh no, 5 tiers down. The 4th tier down was supposed to be something that is not housing. It was supposed to be something entirely different. But I at least got 1 floor of this done. I didn't fill in the houses, as you can see there, and that's because, like I said, I got sidetracked. But this was all done during my offline time, and this is all, I think this is probably the 2nd or 3rd time this map has been on peaceful, I should say. I have been going through and just digging all this out by hand, and none of this is creative. This is all downtime work because I had a lot of it. And I really do like this column thing that I got going on. I didn't decorate above the column. I also needed to finish decorating the dome. You can see at the top of the dome a lot of dirt. That's because that's pretty much ground level up there. Which would have made it so once I terraformed up there, that could be glass, and you could maybe see down into this underground city. I think that might be kind of neat, have this little dome in the middle of the city. But in each of the 4 cardinal directions, I have the same thing going on, ending in those little stairs, and I have the entrance to the nether over in that one. This one is just my sorting room. I put stuff in a chest up there, and it goes down a line of hoppers in the back, up there, and this is just the automatic sorting process that uses the comparator. There's probably bajillion videos of this. It's a comparator going to one redstone, which goes to another redstone one farther down, and then that block, if it gets powered, sends power to a repeater, which powers this block, which turns off the redstone, which allows it to slurp from the inventory above. And as long as you have 22, this will spit out one signal, and then 23 spits out another signal, and it tells it to power. And you don't have to worry about the signal spilling out because it stops at 23 just long enough to turn off that redstone torch, reducing this by one, and it just goes one at a time until everything goes all the way down to the end of the hopper sequence. And I could demonstrate that, but it's kind of just boring. You just watch things show up in chests. There is one little thing that I've added down here to dispose of all of my extra cobblestone. I have a lava block, and I have... oh, it is dark down here. Do I have a torch? There we go. The little 1x2 timer that I came up with, it is adjustable, and you can turn it on and off. So it has... that stops constantly powering this, and so it sends a blink signal over that, which powers that block, which sends a signal to that, which powers down, yada 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 yada. And you can have an output come from either the torch or this, doesn't really matter, but you can adjust the speed all the way down to there. Don't leave it on the lowest setting, otherwise it'll be a burnout timer and you'll have to wait for it to reset. But that's just my little garbage disposal setup. But I also, part of this video, aside from the apology and showing you some of my little projects that I've been working on, so you know I've not just been sitting idle, is to bring you up to date on some of my ideas that I'm going to be doing with my channel. A lot of my series turned out to have updates that caused the series to break. For instance, the material energy got updated, both of them got updated, making the save files irrecoverably damaged. So that on the material energy 3, I lost all the progress in the quest book and had to start from scratch. And then in material energy 4, same thing, but also it completely wiped the multiplayer aspect, and so it just went poof. A couple of my other series, the multiplayer companions decided to... oh, it's dark. Let me wait until morning. Hold on. Alright, I found a hole to wait it out for the night. I am going to just head on down this road towards another project that I began work on. It should be looming here in the near future off on the horizon. There you go. You can just barely see it. You don't know what you're looking at quite yet, and it's not done. It's another one of those things that I started and then got another idea. But anyway, as I was saying, the vast majority of my series that I had going, I kind of no longer am able to do it. Some of the people involved moved, some of them just got tired of regularly playing, and a lot of the series, just the save files, the games themselves updated, making the progress moot. I had to restart. Just a quick explanation. This is supposed to be a gigantic mushroom. I was going to turn this into a capital city of mushrooms, and then underneath the umbrella of the mushroom were going to be more giant mushrooms, but they were just going to be the normal giant sized mushrooms intermixed with some hand-built ones that were houses, and then there were going to be regular mushrooms scattered all over the place. But I only got so far because I had to do a lot of mining for sand to make all the sandstone. I even tore out I tore out this whole beach over here. It looks kind of horrible, but all of that was sand, and that went into making this. But let's go in there. Anyway, so I've been thinking, because of the whole having to reboot. There we go, access to the beach. The whole relying on a game not updating and all that, I determined that instead of just praying that something that maybe not even fully in full release yet, it's still in pre-alpha or whatever, I would probably do better to just not bank on that and pretend that no matter how stable something is, that it's going to get a save game changing update. And my idea is this. I'm going to start a new Minecraft world. This is going to be using a mod pack, and I am going to use the Minecraft world as a sort of spin-off. The main series is going to be in the world that I will be making. Oh, excuse me, not this world, but a different one. And I am going to use it as a means to travel between games. I may or may not do multiplayer, don't know. But what I am going to do, what I plan on doing with this just new overarching series that I'm going to have, is where's the ladder? Oh, it's over on that side. Oh, right, okay. At the top of the thing. Oh, by the way, this was kind of fun to put together. The scissoring ramps, it lines up at this little tier here, in case you didn't see me coming up this and see the full splendor of it. It goes around both sides, and then it comes to this platform, and then continues up equally on both sides. So it's kind of this off-kilter two rings that are set on an axis right here along this wall, and one goes down, one goes up. And then also I have these skeleton spheres of sandstone. This upper one houses the enchanting area that I still need to get more books. I also have between the different layers, I didn't have to do anything special, but I thought it would look cool. So I have the fence, or the stone wall, that's what it is, not fence, between the two hemispheres, and it really looks cool. And from my perspective, it's sort of like they've been fastened together. Another thing that I used is this glass floor is being held up by supports that are in the wall, and the supports come into the glass here. Then there's this, and there's another support over there, and I think I have one over here. Yeah, another one over here. And in order to make sure I had enough paper for books, I planted my sugarcane farm with. You have a 2x2, and then here, and here you have the water, and you just complete that pattern all throughout an area, fill it up, and you can have all of the remaining spots have sugarcane. Kind of a nice little space optimization for sugarcane. Anyway, the series I'm going to be doing will be based in a single Minecraft world, but I'm going to be using portals and other gimmicks to travel between video games. So instead of having a bunch of little series here and there, I'm going to have one big series that is jumping between worlds. And the mod pack that I'm going to be using involves going to other worlds anyway. And what I want to do with this is a lot of the different things that I planned on doing with many of my series as separate ideas, especially some of the series that never actually took off. Like I got a half dozen episodes and realized no one was really interested, and the amount of work that I was having to do to keep on top of things was not really going to pan out in the long run. So, oh, that road looks kind of cool from up here. I don't think I ever actually noticed the... Whoa! That's why I never noticed it. Wow! It's a video game and it still makes me do that. Oh, the cringing. You can see how well I tore up that beach. That's a lot of sand, and it all turned into sandstone here. But, ooh, I wanted to get this video out so that you guys knew, A, I hadn't given up on you, and B, to let you know what I have planned. Now, I did make a previous version of this video with a secondary headset, but the headset that I got, the headset I was using just finally crapped out. I had to get a new one, and this is after I finally moved here, and it didn't work right. Lots and lots of problems with it, including the fact that the microphone wasn't being picked up. The audio that I was recording, as it turned out, was being recorded by a microphone that I forgot was on my computer. So the audio was rubbish, and it just, nothing really worked well. So I wanted to start from scratch, make this new video, and then and use the replacement headphones and mic, and hopefully the audio will be better and I won't be stumbling through this video. I haven't stumbled through this video as much as I did the first one. The first one back, I don't know, I guess I had been out of practice a long time and I just forgot what I was doing. It was just all over the place. More so than usual for me. So here's this video. Hopefully this one will record nicely and smoothly. And from this point on, after I get this uploaded, I will at least try to do 1 or 2 videos a week. Now, the internet that I have here is really not much better than the internet that I couldn't upload with before, but I'm going to see if I can make it work somehow or another and just have at least 1 or 2 videos uploaded a week. And I'm going to stick to that. I'm going to just keep on pushing myself to have more content, whether it's in my main series or if I have something else that I want to record. Now, there are a couple of things that I have that I want to make videos for, one of which is based around a bit of software that I wrote in order to help me test a game that I am trying to make. Yes, I can do some minor coding. I can't do any graphics, so it's really bare bones. So I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll use another another game in order to demonstrate my program. But anyway, I have lots of stuff that I'm wanting to do in the upcoming series. So let me just go ahead and wrap things up here with a small little synopsis. Had no internet, had crappy internet. I shirked my duty in recording, for which I apologize. Hopefully I am back. And by hopefully I mean hopefully the internet will allow me to upload. And presuming that I can upload from here, I am going to be starting a new series that's going to just be this huge, all-encompassing everything that I want to do in all of the games series. And it will be just a hodgepodge of stuff. So I think that covers everything there. Now, there is one other thing that I wanted to bring up that some of you might think that this is kind of weird, but it is important to have other hobbies, and I picked one up during my downtime, especially during the time that I had absolutely no internet, and you might laugh, but when the zombie apocalypse happens, haha, I'll be a commodity. I can pretty much crochet anything. And I might lose some of you to me saying that I can crochet. I'm going to put up some pictures of stuff that I've crocheted, and you tell me, you be the judge. I am focusing on making nerd-related stuff, and in the future, what I may do is make some of them available. I don't know, do like a Patreon or a GoFundMe or something. I don't know, because for the longest time, I was able to cover all of my expenses and everything with what I was making through YouTube, excuse me. And then, right around the time that I moved, the first time, YouTube did this thing that made it so I went from being able to cover all of my expenses to barely having enough to eat for a month. And it went back to not even really having much of a profit, I guess is a good enough word for it, at all. It was just this extraordinary cut in what I was able to make off of YouTube, so I had to find some other means of making money, and so I picked up a hobby, and turns out I can crochet. So that's my hobby. I'll put some links in this video. Links, wow! I will put some images in this video showing what I have made, and in the future I will probably have some links to some of my stuff so that you might be able to buy it or something. I don't know if you're interested, but take a look at it. If I lose you as a viewer because I crochet, well then that's your fault. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I've been rambling long enough. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or if you want to leave a like or subscribe, that's up to you. Do whatever you want. But I will talk to you later.